Hi Cancer, welcome to your quantum reading with me, Jocelyn, the Quantum Queen. So, let me get into my normal intro. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and as always, welcome to my cross watchers. And cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Cancer, and the message could be directly for you, so feel free to take it however it resonates to you and your situation. If you guys would like to book a one-on-one reading with me, you can find my information down below in the description box. Also, if you guys would like to make a good karma donation, that information is also located down below. And just wanted to say thank you to those who have made donations. I appreciate it so much, and thank you for liking and subscribing. Just make sure when you hit the subscribe button that you tap the bell off to the side, so that way you get notifications whenever I go live or post these videos. Oh my freaking heck. Okay. I'm just gonna see if there's any more energies. Well, it's the buffalo. So, okay, let me just see if I can get one more. Interesting. I have never had the buffalo card come out in any of my videos on the reading. So, yep, that is perfect. Okay. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I might just take all these energy, or yeah, okay. This is why. You feel, okay, Cancer, holy freaking crap. I don't know if I've ever pulled this many cards on a spread before, but I'm going to take it because I can kind of feel that this is exactly what's going on. Okay, so, Cancer, you're going through a relationship right now, and I feel like you're going through some type of like transformation process, obviously with this Phoenix card, and I want to say it's with you and another person. I want to say it's both of you, because we've got here, these are the alchemical symbols for the ethers or the cosmos. So this is much bigger, like more on the 5D of what's happening, some type of transformation process. But one of you is still kind of in the process of hatching, okay? Like there's a deep transformation that's been happening with either you or both of you. And I'm going to get some more clarification on that. I do want to say it's both, because if this is like, if by chance, and I'm trying not to throw this word out there too much because I'm always hesitant, but if this is like a twin flame connection, this is, you guys are both alchemizing. You guys are both going through a transformation, okay? So I want to say that one of you still might be going through the dark night, okay, just because of that Phoenix card, but we've got the black egg. It's like someone's almost on the opposite side, keeping things very closed or in tight, like maybe even closing off communication. It's where they're not coming out of that shell at all. Like they are in it, like, and it's almost impenetrable, okay, with that black egg, because I always see it as kind of like a dragon's egg in Game of Thrones. It's impenetrable, so nothing's getting through that, okay? And I want to say it's partially because this person is kind of waiting for this transformation to happen, okay? So here's what's coming out. I think, Cancer, that, and again, this could apply for both, so take it however it resonates, but here's where I'm seeing the crocodile. It's like they're keeping their mouth shut. Their jaw is clamped. They are not moving anywhere. Like the strength of and the stubbornness of this person is so intense and strong. And it could even be on both of you, where maybe both of you are so prideful and like there's a lot of ego involved here, where it's like, I'm not gonna be the first one to speak, you know, because there's a lot happening. But what's funny is both of you know what's going on. Both of you can feel each other. Both of you, like one or either of you might even be watching your social media or some type of avenue where you're keeping tabs on each other. Like I do think that that's happening, if not on both sides, at least one side, okay? Someone's watching, but they're keeping it tight and closed. That's why I love that card that popped out. And so Cancer, I think that's probably the person that you're dealing with. Like I said, it could be you. So again, take this however it resonates. But I want to say that you had some type of an outburst maybe a little bit of rage, because this is how you're coming across to me, where there's something about this person that triggered you. And do you know what's kind of interesting is, like, this is sometimes like the narcissist card, okay, an energy vampire. I think what happened is you got triggered by something and you had some type of rage, and like I said, you called someone out on something. And I do want to say there was some heat involved with it, because we've got fire there, the fire of the phoenix. So, but what I want to say is, oh man, all these cards. You got triggered by something, Cancer. That's why this is the lizard card popping out. This is the reptilian brain, where you went into fight or flight mode. So that's what happened, is maybe you went through something where you got triggered by something that this person did or said. And this is what I'm seeing is the past energy, because it's all the way back here. This is the current energy. Okay, but I felt like I wanted to pull those out because it was kind of telling a little bit of the previous energy and the story leading up to this transformation process. Okay, that's why I pulled all of these cards out, because what's happening is this transformation is ultimately going to help this person to transform, because here's we've got the moth, but the moth energy is really fascinating to me. It's like a moth to a flame. So you guys are always going to come back to each other, is pretty much what I'm saying. It's like inevitable, the moth to a flame. It's like you cannot help by how much you are drawn to this person, how much like you guys will always just be connected on this cosmic and etheric level. You cannot help it. And so that's what's happening, is I feel like you guys are both coming into some type of realization that even each time that you disconnect, or you like I said, you disconnect from one another, there's too many things that are just kind of spooky, even, Cancer, that come up, and you're like, I can't explain this. That it's like legit crazy things where you're genuinely trying to move on from maybe this person because you realize that they trigger you, and maybe for a long time you were just like, holy freaking crap, we cannot do this to each other anymore. And so you tried to put an end to it. So that's why maybe there was some type of communication where you called out some type of thing, but it was based off of a trigger that you were experiencing, but you called something out. Maybe you even went through a period of feeling some type of anger towards this person, or just some deep emotions of, like, the Panther is coming across me different. Like, maybe it came across there was some heat between the two of you, but maybe you just felt some deep pain and grief and frustration. It feels like a frustration, like, you know, when you have like an angry cry, that's what I'm seeing with the Panther, is like you went through this deep emotion of all the pain that you experienced with this person. And that's why I was saying that it could be a twin flame, because if it felt like a deep pain, it's like it was transforming you from your dark night. It was helping you to rise up from the ashes and kind of shed this old part of yourself that no longer works. It's not going to work in the reality that you're shifting into, Cancer. So that's why this person was help bringing it out in you. But this is also why the disconnection is happening, okay? Now, you might not see it, Cancer, but you might. There could be a little bit of an age difference here, because I am seeing a little bit, like, the crocodile to me is like an ancient, it's like a dinosaur to me, okay? And what did I say about the black egg, like a dragon? So there's much more, like, about, there could be an age difference here, like more ancient wisdom on this side. And I'm saying that just because of the buffalo. To me, the buffalo is deep, deep wisdom. To me, it's much more depth than like an owl. The buffalo is a powerful wisdom. It's like someone, it could even be an earth sign that you're dealing with, or just someone very grounded and stable in who they are, that they know who they are. And so this is how they're coming across, Cancer. And what I'm seeing is how, look at how they're looking at you. You, when you observe them, you get triggered, okay? Look at how the lizard is looking in that direction, and when you do, you get triggered by them. So that's why you turn away, you go in a different direction, and feel this type, all these emotions, all this emotion comes up for you just to be expressed and kind of like purged from your system. This person is just kind of sitting there like, okay, like just kind of waiting for your process to be done. This is kind of the exact energy I keep getting, but this is the overall kind of middle theme that I want to put down the center here, is like, no matter what, you're always going to be drawn back to each other. What did I say? A moth to a flame and twin flames. You guys are always going to come to some type of realization that you'll always, your transformation process will always be where you come back together. Does that make sense with the phoenix and the moth? The moth is a transformation, right? It's similar to the butterfly, but obviously different because a moth has different characteristics. The moth will go through a transformation process, but it's like, oh, what do I always say? Oh yeah, with the moth can be about like a little bit of a disguise. So maybe what happens to Cancer is like you're hiding a part of even yourself in your transformation process. There's a part of yourself that you're keeping to you. And I feel like that's why this person is coming across this way, because they're just waiting for you to wake up to that and waiting for you to kind of put your guard down, like put the pride and the ego aside and just kind of accept the fact that this, it just is. The connection just is. It is what it is. It's almost like you guys almost have to surrender and to the fact and accept the fact that you will always be drawn back to one another, no matter what. Like, things will even pop up, no matter how much you try to move on, Cancer, how much you're like, okay, I've made peace in my mind, this is what it is, it doesn't work out, it doesn't happen. It's like, even when you've made peace in your mind with that, you're still, there's these crazy things happening in your reality, too many synchronicities that you cannot even deny that there's like, it's supposed to come back together constantly for you to transform. Okay, so maybe even for you, you're starting to recognize that this person has actually brought you a lot of growth from the very beginning, has helped you in a lot of your triggering. They've helped you to alchemize a lot, to transform, to go through your own phoenix rising. They've helped you to shed a lot of old, maybe immature energies that were all based around this, like the fight or flight mode, like that reptilian brain, these old chemical programmings within your cells. They're helping you to transform that. And I think you're realizing that more and more, Cancer. So what I'm getting is that you're starting to become kind of humbled. You know, if you've had some pride and because I do feel like this is a little bit of a bleed through of both of your energies. This is so stubborn. Like, I'm not gonna budge. This is how I'm staying clamped. Both of you are actually coming across that way. And it's almost like what I'm hearing is, who's gonna budge? You know, like, because that actually might be a part of the ultimate transformation here, is that the person that maybe is the most stubborn, that doesn't budge, that doesn't communicate their emotions, and that's why I'm saying that too, is this is holding back emotions. This is not expressing the emotions. So it's all being kept and hidden within, and that's actually part of the transformation process this person is going through, because all of it is leading up to both of your ultimate transformations. Cancer, you're learning how to stand in your power. And this person might go through their own transformation when it comes to communication, because we've got the moth and the alchemical symbol for air. And so they are going through that transformation. Both of you are transforming with that. But yeah, actually I'm going to switch this over just a little, or maybe I shouldn't, because this might totally topple over my camera. Sorry, I just have to do this. I don't know why, but it's happening. Okay, so Cancer. I just want to get you guys a clear picture of how much you guys are mirroring in your transformation process, and just in different yet kind of similar areas and ways. And maybe Cancer, even you were the more expressive one. Like maybe you were the one that was always communicating something, or, you know, and that's where maybe you got frustrated, where you were just like, I'm doing all the work. Like I'm the one expressing myself, like doing the emotional work, and this person's just like closed off. Like, I'm not going to do that. And that's what they're alchemizing is and transforming into, where they're going to learn how to express their emotions, communicate emotions. This is the alchemical symbol for water. Okay. Holy freaking crap. Well, that kind of makes sense. I know we're 15 minutes in, so I'm going to pull out some tarot just to get some more clarification on this. Okay. So, all right. What can we get for Cancer? Okay. This is pretty much clarifying what I was saying. There's this waiting, you know, and watching. This is like my Law of Attraction card, but it's like waiting for your ships to dock up, but it's waiting, this person is waiting for you to come back, pretty much, is what I'm wanting to say, Cancer. And I think that you're still coming across as really stubborn. It's like you're not wanting to give in, and they aren't either. Both of you are really just kind of mirroring each other, which is funny because both of you are probably watching each other and just waiting. Like waiting for the communication to happen, waiting for the connection to happen. I think both of you know that it's coming. And this is why, okay, I cannot make that up. It's the connection's there. It's positive. The only thing that has held it back is the triggers. Absolutely. And so it helped you transform, Cancer. And now that you've been going through that, the waiting is over, is what I'm seeing with the Sun card. Here's the new communication coming in. This is the Page of Swords. So, yeah, there's new communication that's going to happen. Maybe there's going to be some new expression that you've never expected to come from this person, Cancer. But that's what's coming in between the two of you. You guys already know that the communication is going to happen, and this is why. It's like maybe the communication is going to come in where you guys talk about all the things that haven't worked in the past, where you haven't been able to see eye to eye. You've been at an impasse with one another. This is where everything is going to change. It's like you guys are finally going to communicate, hey, let's focus on the positive. Let's focus on the fact that, hey, like we're pretty much meant to be together. Like everything in the universe, the signs, like the ethers, all that crap is pointing us in the direction that we probably are meant to be together. Like this is a deeper bond and connection, okay, than I think both of you even maybe realize. So it's like, isn't it interesting? Down the middle, we've got 2 5s and the Sun card. So this is why I'm saying it's positive. Usually I would read this like, oh my gosh, like you guys are just going to reject and abandon each other again. That's not what I'm getting with the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5s are conflict in the tarot, right? It's upside down. This is all the stuff in the past where you guys are going to communicate about it, all the things that didn't work, and that you're going to decide, okay, like this is what this is the positive that we want to move into. We're not going to go here anymore. We're going to like focus on everything that we need to do to keep things positive between us, to not go here any longer, okay? And this is where you're going to start planting seeds, where there's actually going to be some growth between the two of you. So all the waiting that's happened previously in the past, that's dissipating. All of the energy that you guys have put into one another, that's going to start blooming, because you guys are finally on the same page where you're like, let's do this. And this was the thing that was needed to make this grow, is to be positive, to focus on like the good in life. And I just think in general, Cancer, you might have gone through a transformation to where you've had to wait for a long time for things to work out for you, and now they are. So since things are going very positive for you in your life, Cancer, you guys are going to be coming in to communicate, and all of this is shifting in a completely new direction. Everything's going to be much more balanced. You guys might even freaking be signing contracts together, like maybe making some type of agreements, like legally coming into each other's lives. Does that make sense? It's like you guys might be deciding to make some type of commitments to each other. Maybe you're deciding to get married or you move in together, but this is something about like contracts and agreements that you're merging within each other, okay? And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. So again, that's new material. So that could be where you guys are moving to. Okay, so sorry, we're at 20 minutes and I know that I've dove into, this is a crazy huge reading, but I am going to dive into the extended Cancer if you guys are interested in diving in further to see kind of what's coming on the opposite side of what's going to play out between the two of you. And what I'm sensing the most, Cancer, is you might be curious, like, can I trust this connection again? Is it going to end up where it did before, where there was a disconnection and there was pain? I think that's still influencing you, Cancer. So that's what I'm going to dive into, is like what's going to happen between the two of you, because the conversation is coming in, but I guess that's the real factor, is this going to be an actual new beginning where things are completely different between us? So Cancer, if this is, if you want to dive into the extended with me, just go down below, click on the PayPal link, send over $10, and please, please remember to put in the comments or the description box, Cancer, the title of the video, the published date, and your email address where you'd like me to send that over to you. So Cancer, with that being said, I am sending you guys so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I will see you in your next reading. Take care.